Hey, I
Yeah.
forgot it already.
Look, I'm live. Ain't nobody gonna come in. But this is for my own personal records about real conversations and certain stuff that was going on. And certain time in a certain year and certain months or whatever. So I won't be forgetting it. I just started. So yeah. Back in the house once again, y'all. I'm back. Cause I can be. And I want to be. And what? It's on. What you talking about? I'm on, and I'm back, and I got another person, one of my favorite cousins. I'm telling you, she might be in her 80s, but I'm gonna tell you, me and this lady, I'm closer to her than my cousins that are around my age. Okay, cause she the realest, and that's who I like, real. Hey, sister.
Hi, how are you?
Good. And here go my old man. He right here too. So what I was talking about earlier was the possibility that this guy could have did it to himself, and it's Suicide Prevention Month, and you just don't say you don't know nobody. You know what nobody will do or what it won't do, and don't put black people in the box and say it don't happen to us and we don't do it to ourselves and all of that. So based on the facts, because you've been following it too and got a good understanding about it, what are you thinking in this case so far? Like, where's your stance in it?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I think, well, frankly, I really don't think the boy killed himself. I don't know. I don't know him. I don't know the family or nothing. But just seeing what I see, I don't see, first of all, I don't see how you gonna sit up there and take time to wrap a rope around your neck and break your own neck. Take the time to do all of that. It takes time to do that. Now you can figure all that out. If he can do it, that's good. He's a smart guy. But I don't see that. I don't know the details. They're still investigating. So I'm trying to wait for the results and see exactly what happened. Now, just because I say that, I might not never know exactly what happened. They might not never know. Mm-hmm. But right now, I do not feel like that boy committed suicide.
So you don't think someone determined could possibly do that? If that's what he was determined to do, and that was his sole purpose, you just can't see. Because I don't want to believe it, but and then I think, go ahead.
I think it's a possibility if he is, but like I say, he must enjoy going through pain. Most people, because of who it is, most people ain't gonna take the time to plan out that kind of stuff. Most people that I heard of, most of them gonna take a bullet, stick it to the head, and pull the trigger, and it's over and done with it. They're gonna drop. No, they can't swim. They're gonna drop in the lake or something and drown themselves because they can't. But to take the time and go to Walmart and buy a rope and all this stuff he's doing to lead up to it, I don't see that.
Yeah, that's determination to me. That's that's knowing your plan and knowing what you want to do. Now we got to realize the age group that he is. They different. This a whole nother generation, a whole other different stuff. Social media influences. It's just more open and advanced these days.
It is a different generation. I agree with that. But
I said halfway with that. What are you talking about? I'm talking to him.
Ain't nobody wants to hurt.
Hey,
folks don't even want to hurt with arthritis.
I know that's right.
That's true. But do you believe in depression?
Oh, sure. A lot of people are depressed.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, but even the ones that's depressed.
Yeah. So
if they're depressed, they might get a bill. And most of the time, people, well, this guy, from what I understand, he wasn't around anybody. They found him, but people, they killed themselves right at home. And the parents or the family come home and they laying up in the house dead. They done shot themselves in the head.
Yeah.
But most of the time, they don't do, like I say, it's something ain't right with this particular situation.
And you're exactly right, and I agree with you because
I do know that there are people that's depressed, and I do know that some of them get depressed for years, and they still end up getting. As a matter of fact, I know a little girl. She's about 12, 13 years old. She's very depressed. She locks herself in her room. She talks young to her mom and stuff, and her dad and stuff. I don't want to be bothered. I'm resting. And she asked for prayer, because she's depressed.
Yeah.
They had taken her to, psychology to get, try to get her help and stuff. And she's depressed at 12 years old.
Yeah.
She's a twin. She has a little brother. He has some issues, and he's being bullied at school. So that nobody knows exactly what she's depressed about.
Right.
Well, her parents said she mentioned 1 or 2 times that she felt like killing herself. So of course they are concerned.
Yeah. And to me, depression depression runs real deep.
Some of it is deeper than others.
Yeah. And some people might not say nothing. And some people can, believe it or not, some people can get depressed right at the drop of a dime.
For sure.
Yeah. So when people get depressed like that, it ain't no medication for those things. Some people just can't handle certain things. Like, it's certain things a lot of people can't handle. And when you can't handle certain things, you will do certain things that's offset. You will act out. If you want to act out person at the time, you would totally act out. Like, it's people out here like that, and
so many stages of depression.
We human. We out here like that.
It's stages of depression that people seek help, and the help they seek, they just can't shake that depression.
Right.
Then, like you said, that instant kind of
the depression, like something can hit right now that somebody won't be able to hit. Like, it's probably plenty people that lost some loved ones. It hit totally. Like, soon as you lose a loved one that you really love, like your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your kids, or whatever, like that kick in. It ain't no medicine gonna help that.
No, that's a thing of grieving and mourning, and it's still depressing.
Right. And you don't know what goes through people's minds with those things. Like, and it ain't no controlling those things. You can't control that. You can't control it with a medicine or nothing else.
Some people might get in the bed, curl up, go to sleep.
Yeah.
Some people might self-harm. Some people might go and have a whole bunch of sex.
Yeah. Some people might drink themselves to death.
Yeah.
Some people might just never be the same.
What you say?
That might be like me, drink yourself to death.
You ain't gonna drink yourself to death.
Yeah. It just depends. It just depends. But depression is real, and people got to realize depression is a real thing. At the spare of the moment, depression is super real because it ain't no doctors there. It ain't no medicine there. It ain't nobody that talk you through these things there. Like,
yeah, your mama might be at work.
Your
daddy might be gone.
To me, with this
your friends might be dealing with.
To me, with this guy so far away, it just feel like the spur of the moment to me. Like, it hit him, and Nobody there to talk him through it. Nobody there to coach him. Like, man, what's wrong? Like, I don't even think if they said it won't nobody with him. So to me, it won't nobody there to be like, man, what's wrong? Like,
Okay,
is something going on with you or something?
Okay, so since there was nobody around him or nobody, and they assuming that he committed suicide, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that they should be investigating it to make sure that's what he did?
Yeah,
They definitely doing it. They're investigating for any all possible outcomes.
I think they should investigate to make sure he did it. And I think they should investigate to make sure
nobody didn't do it to him.
Somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Because it should be like a thorough investigation.
Yep.
Right, and I feel like in this particular case, that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
now, like I think they're trying to do that.
I don't believe everything that people are saying.
Me either.
Even what they're saying on social media.
That's right. But me too.
My thing is let them investigate, and if it was not a suicide, then whoever did whatever they did,
get them.
They should be
arrested. Right. They should be caught. They should be arrested.
Right.
And I think that, like, and if somebody else played a part, I hope that.
Right.
I'm for that.
To say that he did not do it, I think that's wrong because we don't know.
Yeah.
We're right now. We're just talking about our opinions, sort of.
Right.
That's it.
But we don't know what they doing. We know what they done showed us, but we don't know what else.
Hey, and we don't know what the child was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The only thing we can do is think what we think.
Because we don't need to dismiss any. We don't need to dismiss the fact that somebody could have did it to him, and we don't need to dismiss the fact that he could have did it to himself.
Right.
So if they're smart,
I am swaying more or less, and this is me personally. I'm swaying more or less that he did not do it to himself. That's me.
And
that ain't nobody else. That's me.
But you got a right to think that. Though.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
And there's nothing wrong with thinking that because me, I'm 50-50 still. And I think somebody could have done it because it's possible. But I think he could have did it to himself too because that's possible too. And that's just how I feel about the situation.
Now, like I say, I have never... I've heard of people neck getting broke and accidents and all that stuff. I've also heard of people's neck getting broke and they didn't die.
That's true.
I've heard of all of that stuff. But I ain't never heard of nobody just deliberately breaking their own neck like they say he did.
Well, I don't think they said that he deliberately broke his neck. I just think they found a bone in his neck broke by the what was going on.
Because if he actually did it to himself and his thing was just, okay, I'm gonna wrap this rope around this branch, I'm gonna pull it, now I'm gonna make sure it's tight, make sure this branch ain't gonna break.
I don't think he was
now I'm gonna wrap it around my neck. And I don't think he was necessarily thinking about breaking a bone. But he was just sliding down. His whole if he did do this to himself, his whole mission was to take himself out.
Yeah, like that's just suicide.
So he just happened to have broken his bone along the way by how he, was standing up and doing it,
not knowing that's gonna happen,
and slid on down to the ground. He didn't know what was gonna do. He just know, okay, I'm ready to end this right now for whatever reason, if that was the possible. Because then I think, okay. It's because I heard little theories like somebody made him do this and made him do that. Did y'all check the cameras? They may have and saw somebody. But just like my husband mentioned, I can't imagine nobody making you do all that backing and forthing and you ain't had no time to escape.
Alone.
Like what killer gonna make you walk back to the truck?
Alone.
Walk back to this place. Drive. You stopped at he stopped at the smoke shop first. So whatever happened. Or he could have went on his route and He thought, oh, I'm gonna get through this. I got it. Then that one phone call or whatever happened, or that one text, or
Yeah.
you might have seen somebody on, you might have seen something that might have triggered you. Those are the things that we need to know on that for just the whole investigation as a whole. Whether somebody did it to him and his communications. We need to see was anybody around him.
For that, and I think we need to go farther back to check uh his records and what happened before he entered North Carolina.
Yeah, what was going on in Chicago? What was going on at home?
Yeah, like
what were you into?
Yeah.
Did you do something that you just couldn't handle no more? And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause he might have thought he could get through whatever, and then like it just hit him, and like, I can't do this.
Like I can't live with it no more.
Or did you get an instant phone call? Because I don't want to trigger my husband, so I ain't gonna lead him into telling it. But I mean, people can be regular as I don't know what, or they can seem that something had happened that they seem that they ain't gonna worry about. Then the next thing they done did that to themselves. Do you want to share?
Good.
Go ahead.
Hold on, he want to share.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead. You gotta share this.
Share what?
Your experience with your close to home, your first cousin.
Oh yeah, I had a cousin that do that to himself. First cousin, like actually did that to himself. We thoroughly investigated. The police thoroughly investigated. And my cousin, he did it to himself over a relationship. He actually hung himself. Yeah. So
I don't think he told his mama and daddy where he was. He lived with his mama and daddy. His mama and daddy seen him every day. They didn't see the signs.
Right. And he didn't tell nobody because they wasn't even at home.
But, and he usually called you for any and everything. Yeah. But his mind was made up.
Yeah, he put his keys on the picnic table. He did what he did behind the shed that his mom and daddy had back there. And he actually hung himself. His daddy was going to feed the dogs at a certain time, which his daddy feed the dogs at a certain time every day. He just happened, when it was time to feed the dogs, he seen them. He seen them out there.
He seen his son hanging from a freaking tree.
Yeah.
So don't say, that's why I don't want nobody to say that black people don't do this. Because when you say stuff like that and people know or done experience something like this with this dead loved one, it's kind of like, come on now.
Did he leave a note or something?
He didn't leave nothing. It won't nothing. It was just his keys on the table.
How did they find out?
Because his daddy.
How did they find out that it was a cause of him breaking up with a relationship?
From a friend that he had communicated with.
So communication is gonna be key.
The friend told the family like the girl was saying foul things about him, and me personally, like a week or two before then, I know they was in this big argument, and but the friend have said, the friend told the family like she was saying some real bad things, like she done been with his best friend type shit. She done been with one of his homeboys type things, and he couldn't handle it. He couldn't live with it. He just couldn't handle that part of what she told him. And
so it happens in the black communities.
Like, and that happened like right then. That didn't happen. That wasn't an ongoing depression. That happened right then. when she told him what she told him, that was that.
And he went home and didn't kill himself.
He was already at home, actually.
Oh,
Well, he had to have been
He
coming from somewhere if he put
nah
his keys.
he was no he
Oh.
won't coming from nowhere. He had his keys coming out the house.
Oh,
He
so
always worked in the backyard. He worked on cars. He worked in the backyard. He had his keys. He might go to the store, get him a sandwich or something, come back to the yard, and he'll go to work. But actually, he just took the keys out of his pocket, laid his keys. He had a phone too, laid his cell phone on the picnic table.
Yeah,
And he
because she
went out
just
and
could have
he
called him and said
and
something to him right
she
then.
called him, and he went out there and did what he did. Had something to stand on, to kick it from up under him and everything.
Yeah, now
Excellent
he
home.
really tied a knot and did all that stuff.
Yeah, he tied a knot and tied. He knew loops in the rope and everything. Put his head in the rope, kicked it from up under.
Mm.
It's my first cousin.
uh,
My first cousin slash brother. Like, man, he was real tight.
Yes, Lord.
Like, he was like a everyday guy could call. We watch sports on the phone together. He roomed for another team. I'm rooting for the team that they playing. We actually talking.
So him, like people saying, "Oh, they knew that." Oh, I knew. Okay, yeah. He thought he knew him.
Yeah,
His parents thought he knew him. Nobody would have never knew he would have did this. Because
exactly.
if don't nobody want you to know,
And
you won't know.
and actually, to me, I thought I was the cause of it because I won't never because I won't dare for him at the time.
Yeah, you was thinking he tried to call you.
Yeah,
to tell you,
and
you won't dare.
and I want a home.
uh-huh.
So I still live with that too. I still live with that too because I think like actually I know he called me. I ain't got to think it. I know he called me, but I just want home. And so
So with suicide, you got family members that's gonna live with stuff like that.
yeah,
So of course that's hard to wanna, say that somebody did that to themselves.
yeah,
Because either way you're gonna live with you're gonna live with some devastating grief. But
yeah. Like it to me is like, damn, if I could have had that conversation with him, maybe I could have stopped it, or it wouldn't have
it's
happened.
always those shoulda, coulda, wouldas with
but
suicide. Like, damn, what I miss, or damn,
yeah,
maybe if I had not been on the toilet taking a shit, or just any little thing that I missed that call, or
yeah.
so that's the thing. That's the hurtful thing about suicide.
That's why I say,
and then the hurtful
real.
thing about somebody, your loved one, getting killed is just it with any situation. It's just that why.
Yeah, like suicide will never make sense.
Mm-mm.
Not even homicide will never make sense to me. Like I just don't think those things will ever add up to what there is. Like it's gonna always be a missing piece with that kind of stuff to me. But it's a possibility that people be feeling the way they feeling. Like you don't know the next person mind. And like I said, to me, this case is 50-50 still, but it's more of a suicide to me because of my man actions. Like, I just don't know a person would give a homeless guy $228 just out their pocket. That alone let me know like something ain't right. Like he feeling something. So he feeling something ain't right.
Yeah, I just want people to know that this suicide stuff,
and
all of that stuff,
it ain't no joke.
Well, mental health is really
Yeah, it ain't no joke though.
Mm-mm.
And even if this guy didn't do it or he did do it, it's still not a joke to me. Like it's real.
Yep.
It's so real.
Oh, she said we in the eye of a hurricane and storm. It's crazy out here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it
In
is.
Florida, Tallahassee.
Yeah, we getting the rain from
Yep, we getting all this rain and stuff from it too. And then of course Dummy had to text me on some dumb shit.
it.
T.
Oh.
I had an interesting day.
But yeah, regardless of how it come out, I just want them to get to the bottom of it
Mm-hmm.
because I don't really want them to make North Carolina look bad. Like North Carolina ain't like what people thinking it's like.
Well, I don't know. Even if whatever it is, I don't think it would necessarily make North Carolina look bad.
No, but it'll make the Vance County look bad for them saying a lynching and people thinking it's all
Sundown
about a white
town.
person who did this to this guy.
Because if somebody did do it, they ain't got to be white.
Because we have more black on black crimes in the North Carolina area than white people killing blacks in North Carolina.
Oh yeah, well that's true. I mean, I feel like that's true. It's to me the more I hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
These people out here, I mean, just out of clear these gangs and stuff.
Yeah.
And they do it for fun or whatever. I don't know what they're doing it for.
I don't know either.
I don't think it's for fun. I think it's for whatever reason it is, but it still be more black on black more than a white person doing it or any other race doing it.
We've been killing ourselves more than they have.
Yeah. So
yeah, well, if you in snap mode, I dang on sure don't want to talk to. Well, look, let me get on off of this phone and this live, cause I don't want to be devastated. I just got a call from my sister saying she in snap mode and that I need to call her. So I'm gonna bid everyone a good night. And she in snap mode, so I need to make sure she don't hurt herself or someone else. So, right. Yep. So good night, everybody.
All right. All right. I hope all is well with your sister.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call you back when I get off the phone with her.
All right.
Okay. Hello.
What you doing?
None, just got off the live.